Houston is a city that was built on water. Under the city's steel towers and the hum of its never-ending freeways, a huge network of bayous winds like arteries through the center of the city, carrying dark currents. For most people, these waterways are just part of the scenery. They are green lines where people run, families have picnics, and the city's stormwater drains after it rains a lot. But since September, Houston's bayous have taken on a darker look. As one body after another has broken the surface of these calm seas, it is clear that something terrible is going on. In just 1 week, 5 bodies were found in the water around Houston, the White Oak Bayou. It got scarier as the days went by, and by the end of the year, 14 bodies had been found in Houston's bayous. 5 bodies had been found in just a few days. Different formal reasons have been given, such as natural causes, possible drownings, and accidents. But rumors spread through the city. Is it possible that so many people have died so quickly? Or does someone or something visit the bayous at night? The first name that got a lot of attention was 20-year-old University of Houston student Jade Sage McKissick. Jade was smart, driven, and well-known on campus. She was a strategic communications major and also worked as a tour guide. Her future seemed endless. Jade went out with friends on September 11th. On surveillance video, she can be seen leaving a bar and then a gas station. She was last seen walking toward Brays Bayou. Days went by and there was no sign of her. Flyers were put up. Friends looked for hours and hours. Her body was found in Brays Bayou on September 15th, 4 days after she went missing. It was near Spur 5 and east of the university campus. The city was shocked by the finding. The autopsy didn't show any signs of damage or foul play. Still, her death hasn't been explained, and the official cause is still unknown. The question is even more difficult to handle because there are no clear answers. How does a young woman who is healthy just disappear and be found dead in the water that flows through her campus? On the same day, another body was found across town. This one was in a ditch near Greens Bayou, which is off the East Freeway. The police said right away that this case was different. The medical officer said that the death was due to natural causes. Still, the timing was strange. On the same day that Jade was found, the body of another person was pulled from another Austin swamp. It looked like secrets were being spat out of the city's rivers, one body at a time. The following day, September 16th, more bad news came in. A body of an unknown person was found in White Oak Bayou, close to 2309 Taylor Street this time. Investigators thought drowning might have been the reason, but the full autopsy has not been done yet. Once more, no foul play was quickly proven. That being said, the trend got harder to ignore with each new body. By Thursday, things were getting worse. People who were nearby said they saw a man enter Buffalo Bayou near Jensen and Navigation Boulevards. He never came back. After hours, rescue workers searched the rough water. Even though his body was found, not much is known about who he was or what made him jump into the water. Another question that hasn't been answered in a week with too many. At the end of the week, on September 20th, a fifth find was made. Near 901 North York Street, the body of a guy was seen floating in Buffalo Bayou. His name has not been made public yet, nor has the reason for his death. Some people think that Houston's waterways have a bad image because of one more mystery or shadow. 5 bodies had been found in Houston's bayous by the end of that week. With earlier rescues this year, at least 14 lives have been lost to the bayous so far in 2025. The amounts are mind-blowing. There has been a lot of talk about these tragedies. Are they just accidents, or is there something darker at work? The police say the first one is true. The Houston Police Department has said that there is no proof that the deaths are connected. Each case is being looked into individually. Experts say that you shouldn't assume that a serial killer is to blame. They say that accidents and drownings have happened in Houston's waterways for a long time, especially involving people who are weak, like those who are homeless, dealing with addiction, or having a mental health crisis. They say the water's already dangerous enough without adding a killer. It doesn't help to explain things, though. The numbers are strong. It doesn't seem likely that 5 bodies in 1 week are just a chance. And because things aren't clear, people in the city's imaginations run wild. More people can see that fear on social media than anywhere else. Timelines of the findings are broken down in Twitter threads and TikTok videos. People share maps of bayous and draw circles around the spots where bodies were found to look for secret patterns. Some people think there is a bayou killer out there, Others talk about links to similar cases in other places, such as the so-called smiley face killer theory, which is linked to the cases of young men drowning in the Midwest that no one can explain. At the University of Houston, sadness is made worse by doubt. Students held a gathering for Jade McKissick because they were sad about her sudden death and had a hard time believing that there was no foul play. For Jade's friends and co-workers, the fact that she disappeared at the same time as so many other bodies is too scary. For them, the fact that the police keep treating each case separately seems like they are denying something, or worse, trying to hide something. The bayous make things even more uneasy. Parks with trees and running paths, as well as bridges over slow water, are all parts of everyday life in Houston. But at night, they change. The paths are not used, the lights aren't bright, the black, quiet sea takes in sound. The plants move, the water laps at the banks, and the noise of the city seems far away. People feel alone and vulnerable in those places, and someone could disappear in an instant. It's scary to think that an animal could be hunting in these areas, but it's not impossible. What better place to hunt than a dark river where a body can disappear and proof can be carried away by the currents? Even a death that is ruled natural might not be reported to the police, and so the questions keep coming up. How many of these people were young and healthy, like Jade McKissick? How many were going along the water by themselves at night? How many had been drinking and were therefore more likely to get lost or have an accident? Are there trends in terms of age, gender, or situation? Could someone be taking advantage of the bayous because they know that water makes investigations harder, erases footprints, and wears away physical evidence? The authorities say that these rumors are not true. Still, they can't deny the trend of bodies being found together in such a short amount of time. The whispers get louder as time goes on because the reasons are still being kept secret. This is not the first time that Houston's bayous have made people suspicious. In the past few years, several bodies have been found around the same time, and each one was blamed on an accident or natural causes. But there haven't been so many deaths in 1 week in a long time, and none of them involved a famous college student like Jade McKissick. People are talking about her story a lot. It's a sign of open questions and a spark for rumors. The truth may lie somewhere between chance and intent in the end. There may be natural deaths, sad mistakes, and even deaths that are caused by something darker. They are tied together not only by the bayous, but also by the haunting mystery they hold. Houston is in limbo until all the deaths are ruled out and tests give clear answers. People there are left to stare at the black waters that cut through their neighborhoods and wonder what secrets are hidden below. The bayous are still both life and death for now. They hold Houston's past, its storms, and its daily rhythms. Then again, in September 2025, they have a bad name for death. Bodies are coming to the surface, and the city has to look at its waterways in a new way. This could be by mistake, by chance, or on purpose. There might not ever be a bayou killer. In the end, the official record may show that all of these situations were sad, but not related. But the fear is real for people who live near the trails, for students who light candles in honor of Jade McKissick, and for families who still don't know what happened. No longer do the bayous feel the same. They make you think of graveyards. Of all the scary parts, that might be the most dangerous, not being sure. Silence from the officials, autopsies that take a long time, and water that is cloudy and hides more than it shows. Fear grows when no one speaks. In Houston, the only sound that breaks the silence is the soft rumble of water against the banks. This is the sound of a current moving steadily forward, bringing stories that the city may never fully understand. The rumors keep going. There might not be anything in the bayous, or something could be watching, waiting, or moving in the dark. There is something that knows how to handle the rest. Houston has to wait for now, looks and wonders. He hears the dark voice of the swamp. If you want to stay ahead of Houston's darkest mysteries, hit subscribe because the bayou isn't done giving up its secrets, and neither are we.